Hello everyone, I'm Kallol Dahal, and in today's class we are going to learn about a lesson from a son and a party in the restaurant. So let's begin. Reading 1. A lesson from a son. Velen was a carpenter who lived in a village. His mother had died a long time ago. His aged father, Kupan, lived with him. Kupan was very weak. He was so weak because neither Velen gave him enough food nor was the food nutritious. Thus, he had no energy, even to walk. Velen had given his father a small earthen plate. Even a small quantity of rice on the plate appeared to be too much. He did not have a good social reputation. He was a drunkard too. After being drunk, he always treated his father badly. Velen had a son named Mithu who was just 10 years old. He was a very good boy. He was very intelligent and had great respect for his grandfather. He did not like his father's attitude and character because his father was not treating his grandfather well. One day, Kupan was eating his food off the earthen plate that his son had given to him. It fell down and broke into pieces. The food also fell on the floor. Velen was working at the other end of the room. He saw the broken plate. He was very angry with his father and used very harsh words to abuse him. The old man felt bad about what happened. He was sorry for his mistake. However, Velen's words wounded him very deeply. Mithu saw this. He did not like his father. His father was ill-treating his grandfather. Although he had pity about his grandfather, he was afraid to speak against his father. Thus, he could do nothing in support of his grandfather. The next day, Mithu took some of his father's carpentry tools and a piece of wood. He worked with the tools to make a wooden plate. His father saw him working. "What are you making, Mithu?" he asked. "I am making a wooden plate," replied Mithu. "A wooden plate? What for?" asked his father. "I am making it for you, father. When you grow old, like my grandfather, you will need a plate for food. A plate made from earth may break very easily. Then I may scold you severely. So I want to give you a wooden plate. It may not break so easily." The carpenter was shocked to hear this. Only then he realized his mistake. When Velen was a small kid, Kupan had reared him with much care and attention. With time he grew old. Velen remembered his joyous past and was now very sad about his own behavior. Then he became a different person. From that day, Velen treated his father with great respect. He gave up drinking too. Velen learnt a lesson from his own son. I hope the text is clear to you. Now let's go to the exercises. Find the words in the story above that have the following meanings. A person who makes and repairs wooden objects. Carpenter. Social recognition by other people. Reputation. Clever, bright, brilliant, intelligent. Strictly, harshly, severely. Now, I expect you to do the remaining ones, along with question number B as your homework, as well as the question answer. Now let's go to the grammar. Make at least 10 sentences from the given table. They were drinking tea when I arrived. Pasang was watching TV at night. So you can easily make sentences using these 3 columns. Let's go to question number C. Put the verbs in the bracket in the correct forms. Use either was or were and present participle forms of verbs. An example has been given here. A picture was hanging on the wall. John was not playing cricket with his children. He was writing a poem. When I entered the room, my parents were painting the walls. Kites were not flying in the sky a few minutes ago. So, in the same way, I expect you to do the remaining ones as well. Now, let's go to reading 2. A party in a restaurant. It was my birthday last Thursday, and I decided to celebrate it by inviting a few friends out to supper. I chose a restaurant in a quiet part of town. It is one of my favorite restaurants because the food is good and the waiters are friendly. It is hardly ever crowded because few people know about it. So, it is not usually necessary to book a table. In any case, Thursday is not a busy evening as a rule. When we entered the restaurant, I was surprised to find it completely full. I looked around, but not a single table was free. One of the waiters recognized me. He came across and explained the situation. "A party of tourists came in about half an hour ago," he said. "It was like an invasion. Suddenly, the place was full. We can hardly manage." The waiter then pointed to a table in the corner. "The people there are just about to leave," he said. "Just hold on and you'll find a place there." He was right. 15 minutes later, the people at the corner table paid their bill, got up, and left. I led my friends across and we all sat down. Unfortunately, our table was almost out of sight. We tried to attract the attention of the waiter who sent us there, but he, like all the other waiters, was busy with the party of tourists. They ordered enormous quantities of food. But at last, nearly an hour later, the tourists were finishing their meal and looking very pleased with life. The waiter, now very tired, appeared at our table. I advised my friends about the best dishes, and finally the waiter went off with our order. A few moments later, he came back to our table. We could understand from his face that he had bad news for us. Full of apologies, he informed us that there was no meat or fish left. "All we can offer you," he said, "is an omelette." So I hope you have understood the text. It was a very funny one. So now let's go to the exercises. Find and write the words from the text which mean the following. Make it a happy occasion. Celebrate. New. Recognized. Wait. Hold on. Now I believe you would be able to do the remaining ones along with the question answer. Now say why. The writer invited some friends out to supper because the writer wanted to celebrate the birthday of his or her own. He chose that restaurant because it was in a quiet part of town and it was one of the writer's favorite restaurants because the food was good and the waiters were friendly. Everything is given in the text. I hope you'd be able to find the answers and then write it down. Now, grammar. Read the following passage carefully. Notice the highlighted words. यो सबै उडाइदेऊ है, चाहिँदैन. Now, grammar 2. Fill in the blanks with the suitable forms of the verbs given in the brackets. Use simple past or past perfect tenses. Fred dash his holiday in Italy. He wanted to learn Italian. Fred spent his holiday in Italy. He wanted to learn Italian. Jill had phoned her dad before she left her office. When she arrived, the match had already started. Before she sang the song, she had played the guitar. They watched a video after all the children had gone to bed. Now, I hope you'll be able to do the remaining ones. Please do it as your homework. And with that, we come to the end of today's class. How did you find today's class? If you have any confusion, suggestions, or complaints, you know how to get back to us. It is learning@dearwalk.edu.np. So until we come with another unit, have fun and goodbye.